Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please. Apologies on the lateness. I was on back again because obviously Troops is away on holiday. So that's why we moved around the time of back again. But you lot are still going to get the show. So we're here. I'm hearing about a Fabrizio Romano bomb. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. Hey, big up my little bro in the chat as well. Big up Steve. Big up Annie as well. Big up Ramadan. Big up Izan as well. And yeah, one of you lot, please drop the link. Drop the comments in the comment section. Because I believe Fabrizio Romano has mentioned something on his playback in regards to Yusuf Fofana. But as you can see from the title, on Manchester United's midfield, Manchester United not willing to meet the price for Manuel Ugarte. So we'll be discussing that. Any breaking news we'll be discussing. Obviously, a lot of the deadwood still at Manchester United as well. But run up the likes, though, people. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Please share across all the socials at That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And of course, road to 13,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. Hit the notification bell as well. And to see what who says, Wagwan Flawless, can you mud me, bro? If I see you here on a regular basis, that's what I do. Because we got hella muds. But if I see you here on a regular basis, I'll do so. But we got this couple of the ManDem in the building. You know what I'm saying? A few of the ManDem in the building. Ivorian is in the cut. Leon is in the cut as well. What you man telling me, man? You man good?
Man, it's good, man. I was watching Troops and I was thinking, does this guy know that he has a show to do? Like, the guy's just chilling. It's gone beyond 5 o'clock.
Of course, yo, fam. I dropped a message in the group chat and was like, yo, I'm going to be late. I had to get to the United section. Yeah. Now not drop a message in the group chat.
You was patiently waiting for your session when you was talking about.
I had to get to the second. I had to do my due diligence, man. And I had the job to do. It was like, I was like, boom, we're going to be 15 minutes late. More of the ManDem in the building as well. Sheik in the cut. Eddie in the cut as well. What you man telling me, man? You man good? What's happening?
Oh yeah, we had a show today.
Yeah. You woke up in it. Oh shit,
that's funny. You know, you already know how I got this one. Your boy was out there in that loincloth in the spear. Goddamn it, made myself a blanket out there in the motherland. You feel me? So. When I'll play. This was already made. I'll play.
All good, fam. All good. Big up everyone that is tapped in. I see you lot, man. Shout out to Warrior J as always, dropping links. Dropping the latest news in the chat as well. I started the best questions. I see you lot, Eddie out here whiling per usual and that. Yeah, see what if I see you in the chat on a regular basis. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, man. You know how you do, Leon.
Oh my god, it's too much. We're only like a few minutes in. Relax.
I'm out here,
man. Oh man.
You know how Eddie be, man. You know how Eddie be, man. He's always on crud. You know how Eddie's like, man. Oh, he's always on crud, man. You know he's like. But yeah, I don't even know where to start. 1 second. Let me see, make sure. So yeah, this is it, Warrior J. Manchester United switch midfield search away from Ugarte and onto other options. Manchester United don't intend to meet the €60 million fee. Plus, we'll only revisit it if PSG price drops. No progress yet. Talks called, plus exploring other options, other top targets for the right deal from that. That's the Athletic at David Ornstein. People, let me see. Is there anything else? Go to you firstly on thoughts on that. Manchester United stepping away from
most more important things. Jamaican Independence Day, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, big up on my Jamaican. Big up on my Jamaican.
Happy Independence Day to all Jamaicans.
Caribbeans. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like I always say to my African brothers, we left your island, we started a better one, and we're here now, innit? It is what it is.
Please don't try to start beef. We're united. The UK is a bit mad. We're together right now.
Trying to start beef, man.
Yeah, we don't boil our meat.
Manuel Ugarte, man. Thoughts on United stepping
away. No, we tenderize the meat. We don't boil the meat.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Manchester United stepping away from the deal. Thoughts on it, Leon. Yes, please.
Yeah, of course. Bare seasoning, all of them things. Climb waterfalls, 3 on 3. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But no, big up everybody. And also, I just want to say as well, yeah, to them people, obviously in the UK right now with half a brain cell that are trying to riot on the streets and that. Listen, for everyone that's been affected, like the guy who was in the car who got ran down and the brother who was trying to fight like 50 guys off and stuff like that. Yeah, we're with you, man. Do you know what I mean? I just want to make that very, very clear. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We won't have it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. But onto the football side, what you're asking me about, why United have not.
Your thoughts on it, though. The Ugarte, do you like the fact we stepped away from the deal? Do you think we should have paid the money?
So, if I go back to when did I make my decision on the manager? when I go back to about November times, we was on, and October times, we was on ManDem Talk, and obviously there was polarizing opinion to do with manage it in out. This will relate back to Ugarte, by the way. And I try not to judge things too fast in it. I believe what Musa says, all roads lead to the dugout. When the first game of the season comes around, then I can look at the squad and judge INEOS on how well they've done with the window and that. I just think they're asking for too much. And I feel like he's a very specific profile what he offers. But obviously from an FFP point of view, we don't have... Because I didn't understand it, because I had the same view as you, where I was like, we've always got money. I don't want to hear no excuses. But it seems like with the FFP... I mean, anyone correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not an expert on this. You got about £150 million to spend, roughly. And I think they've spent a lot of our budget on the infrastructure, e.g. bringing in new staff, you know what I'm saying? And like the training, new training facilities, like that. So it's hacked our budget down. Obviously, we'll see whether that's the right decision this season or whether we look back at the end of the season and we go, do you know what? You should have done that in the second season. But I just think they're asking too much. I mean, to be honest with you, with the way the market is right now and the links with Fofana and the other kid from Burnley, what's the other kid's name?
Who's the kid from Burnley?
Burge. It's like Sander
Yeah,
Burge.
Sharif mentioned this. I was going to get to that because Sharif just
Yeah.
put this comment, and I was like, I don't even know who he's talking about, because he said, honestly, I don't care about Burge not being a big name flawless. Seems like we're going down the route of a deep playmaker route, which I think is a bigger priority than the Pitbull.
Since like 20 million. That's what they're saying.
I don't know anything about it. This is news.
So Sheik said that at the perfect time then, because I was going to see how much together. So you buy him and Fofana for 45 million, or you're haggling on Ugarte, and they're going to, because they just want their money back that they spent on him or close, and they want to cover the cost for the is it John Evers, the other kid?
I think they're trying to
get
John. Yeah,
so, they spent a lot on John Evers. So
at the end of the day, it works in our favor if we move on to other targets, because they're either going to get desperate and drop the price, and we're going to get a bargain, or we're going to miss out on him. I don't think that it's like, like when people go like, oh, we don't get this guy. Honestly, he's the best sixer, because people talk about it with Onana, like we honestly, we've got to get him because there's no other person that can play the role. We don't have to have a window where we buy all the gems right now. We can buy the competent players and then move into the summer market next year in a stronger financial position and start buying key positions. Do you know what I mean? If they're not about, they're not about, innit? We need competent players. You can't tell me that Sanderberg and Fofana can't do a better job than McTominay.
I don't know anything about him.
Who else?
To be honest.
And Amrabat. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm cool with it, man. And I think the Ugarte thing, just got to keep it moving. Time is of the essence, man. We've got to get quite a few players in, so time is of the essence. But I think you see him with INEOS, if you take your emotions out of it, like a lot of people are quite emotional about like, no, not heard anything in a week and blah, blah, blah. I think they've identified a number of targets. They've tried to do them in order of priority, but sometimes when you negotiate, it doesn't necessarily go your way, innit? So you kind of like, you have a limit of where you're going to go to, but then you kind of, it's like buying a car and one's in Scotland and one's in, do you know what I mean? Cornwall. It's like, sorry for Sheik, that's like other ends of the country in the UK. So I had to, do you know what I mean?
You cleared it up for our international viewers. I like that, man. You are fully aware, man. That is self-aware right there. Man, check both shoulders before turning.
100% East Coast to West Coast. So you find two cars that you like. Yeah, the better ones on the East Coast. Yeah, you go to the guy and you say to him, look, I'm only willing to pay this. I've got another one that I can go see. There's a time frame between you doing the next deal, if that makes sense, if that can relate. I think it's about getting the players for the right price, because we're trying to get a lot of them. And I think the other aspect as well is the deals that we thought were going to go out the window are not as smooth. So we haven't got the price we want from McTominay. Wan-Bissaka saying he wants a payout, and we're probably negotiating between 18 and 25. So we're probably going to meet about 20, 21, maybe 22, probably something like that. So yeah, man, just got to be patient until the season starts. If we end the window and we've got Euro, Zertsky, one midfielder, nothing else, it's not a good window. Do you know what I mean? It's not the greatest window. It isn't. It's not that great, because especially if we let go as well. So to kind of answer the Ugarte thing, I think they're asking for too much. I think we're going to end up losing out on another player if we pay 60 million.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Eddie, what are you saying in regards to the Ugarte news? How United stepping away from the deal?
I just echo the big point of what Leon just said, is patience, bro. Patience. I don't know why they losing their fucking mind over a track star. Like, again, we got enough runners. I tried to sell myself.
Track star.
I was just thinking that.
I tried to sell myself. Oh yeah, Ugarte gonna be that brother we need in the midfield type shit. And it's like, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, next target. Like, he cool. He cool.
Yeah. Can I just say something as well? And what Eddie said,
go ahead,
it's interesting because if they don't go for the destroyer, they go for the deep line playmaker. I like how they're switching between profiles. I don't want to be too.
The crazy part is
we usually go around the market and we're like destroyer. We do need both, but we can get away with like a Rabiot style 8 or Fofana style 8 and a 6. We can get away with it. It's just about having the numbers in the right profiles. But carry on, Eddie.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. Like, Ugarte, if you say we sold Casemiro, we brought in Ugarte, cool. Right? But if you're saying we just have Ugarte and Casemiro, that's where it's a problem, because they both fit the same criteria, the type of player they are. Whoever they bring in, I tend to believe they have a great understanding of what they can contribute to our current squad, because with all the signings they've made thus far, they fit the criteria of what we kind of need. Like, people talk when we have players like Rashford on the left, even if then there might probably like a Garnacho on the right or a Højlund, whatever. You need a player that can play with the both of them to some capability, and that's where Xerxes come in, right? And then we lose Varane. Who do they go out and get? Euro, who fits the Varane profile, but he also adds the additional ball playing capabilities. So I have faith in what they've done thus far. Now, is it operating on my timeline? No, because I would have these dudes sold. Like, again, me, Basaga's getting sold for like 10 million. Scott's getting sold for 10 million. If somebody told me they came through with 20, I'm taking it. I ain't asking no questions. You feel me? But they're like, no, we can actually get maybe 25, maybe a 28. Same thing with Wan-Bissaka. They're haggling over the price. So they're actually operating like smart football business people, which I can appreciate, because for the longest time, we've been seeing some bullshit. And people, for y'all to compare this to the De Jong saga, you understand, De Jong happened while the season started, all the way into when Ten Hag got here, past when the season began.
Yeah, it was a long.
And we were still
Dragon Ball Z
saga.
It was a Dragon Ball Z saga. Yeah.
Crazy. And I said I want to say it again. We sent the two brothers with no game to go holler at the finest chick in the club. And we were shocked
Literally
when they came back with no phone number, no friends. You couldn't even get the body. Her body, you know that one fine girl always got a bodyguard. You couldn't even catch the bodyguard to come through.
Couldn't even chat to the bodyguard.
You want me to get mad? No, I'm cool. Let them cook, man. Let them cook. Like, from how they've been handling this manager, hey, all that tough talk is gone with this manager. That boy acting like a choir boy out here, y'all. I'm telling you. You see how he answered them questions? Oh, my players are the best. Sancho and Bruno can play the false nine. We believe in yeah, come on, man. It's up. It's up. So I'm gonna let them cook. I have no problem with critiquing actions. Like, I have no problem, because they earn a paycheck, so they can deal with the criticism. As long as it's reasonable, I got no problem with that. But y'all acting like we really lost out on this game changer, when, again, the guy's another fucking track star. I'm not like that. You know me. So yeah, we good, bro. We'll let them see what they do.
Go fam.
They get me they talking about our what's his name? Lissandro's favorite kind of Frenchman coming through to the team. I'm here for that too.
Wait. Oh yeah. This guy, idiot. It took
number 6, man.
It took me an idiot talking about it. We will talk about that as well.
I heard the Martinez got love for that type of Frenchman. I'm here for it all. Man.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone has the comment, let me know what Fabrizio said, because I'm sure it's out, people. So let me know in the comment section. Before we continue, big up to Troops every single time. He says slap a blood clot like on the stream, people. So big up Troops for the raid, and also big up Northside for the raid as well. So big up my 2Gs for the raid. United.
They got Troops,
turn
man.
over from the raid from Troops' channel or Northside's channel, or whether you was here already. Run up the likes. There's over 220 people in here. We're at 48 likes, people. Let's get up to 100 likes, man. We need to get triple digits. Like check 1212, like check 1212, and hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem. Make sure you subscribe to Ivorian's channel, Sheik's channel, and Leon's channel as well. All links are underneath in the description for those three. And Warrior J, Fabrizio Romano made a comment about Yusuf Fofana, basically Manchester United looking at him. And obviously make sure you subscribe to Troops TV as well as Northside's channel. And big up my Don Lewis in the chat as well. But yeah, Sheik, what are you saying? Yeah, what are you saying about about Manchester United stepping away from the Ugarte deal?
Yeah, same thing. Like we kind of talked about it briefly a little bit yesterday. I'm happy with the fact that we're able to walk away from deals. We're not getting bullied. We're not getting scammed for money and stuff like that. And we kind of knew it. Like before even all this stuff kind of broke out, we knew PSG are going to ask for a lot of money because they're trying to get that money back from that Joao Neves signing because they spent a lot. So yeah, it makes sense that we would walk away. Also, with just how we've been doing our negotiations this summer so far, I'm not surprised with all these tactics. Like this is what we said we wanted this structure for, right? And that's what they're doing. My only concern, though, and there is a concern, is who do we target next? That's my biggest concern. If Ugarte is not the player, if that Sander Berge guy, which by the way I haven't watched anything at all about this kid, if he's the right answer, if he's the player that we're looking for this style of play that we're trying to implement, then cool. I'm all for it. 20 million. We could probably get other players and stuff as well. But if we end up going for someone like Rabiot again, because it's free or whatever, and it's the more cheaper option, then it's just kind of like, okay, I'm kind of questioning their intent one more time. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of things. Originally, I said this on my channel too, and I'm pretty sure I said it on here before. This whole INEOS thing is not going to be like a 1-year thing. This is going to take some time. We're not going to, like Leon said himself, we're not going to look to try to get all the players in one window, and we're not going to try to look to sell all our players in one window as well. It's going to take some time, and that's also why you can see they've only given Ten Hag a 1-year contract. So maybe they're looking for the future. Maybe they're definitely thinking maybe a couple of years ahead. At this moment, though, I'm not too fussed about this Ugarte signing. I think he would have been a good addition to the team. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say we should pay crazy money for a player like him at PSG. I'm looking at all these other people that we've been linked with. Zubimendi is definitely the one that I think if we don't go for Ugarte, we should try to get him, even though I just recently heard that he's not trying to move from Spain. So that will be a tough one. But Zubimendi, Yusuf Fofana, that's another player that we've been linked. I will actually look into this Sander Berge guy a little bit more too, but I'm for it. That's cool. Like, I'm not too fussed that we've walked away from the deal. Let's just see what else we can do. But another big concern is we need to sell players. That is very, very big from us to do this summer. Is we have to sell players. This whole Wan-Bissaka deal, the Scott McTominay deal. What is the point for us to sign all these players when certain men are still here? And we can't guarantee whether these new guys are even going to get a run of games if certain men are still here. So, yeah, we need to sell players. We need to get to work. I think they are doing the work. It's just more of let's just be a little bit more patient. Let's wait until the end of the summer window for us to actually, give our full-on conclusion of how we feel about INEOS so far. But I'm for it. I'm cool with this whole Ugarte stuff. It's cool that we've walked away, to be honest.
First. Ivorian, same to you, man, on the Ugarte.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as everyone else, especially Leo when he said, you know what, we don't have to get the best players that we want on the top tier of our list. Go for players who are competent that can do the job, and we're fine with it. With the whole Ugarte situation, I'm happy that Manchester United are able to step away. They're showing that they're players in the game, like that guy that likes playing around, going around asking females for numbers, and they say, I've got a man. They're like, yo, fuck you too then. All right, then let me talk to your friend instead. And I'm feeling that Manchester United are capable of doing that because
wait. How do you ever think that would work?
It is what it is, man. You're asking man for numbers.
Wait. Let's just break down what you just said. Man said to the gal, fuck you then. I will speak to your friend. Like, the friend's not going to be like...
Yeah, it is what it is. It's got the player vibes, man. I'm feeling
all the shots
INEOS.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
INEOS, right now, that they got more than one option, as players do, more than one hole. and get me on the list. So it's
Oh,
cool,
what's it?
man.
Whoa.
This guy is wilding, yo.
That's
What
wild.
is going
Let's
on?
get one hold.
What is happening, yo? What
Get
is
me,
happening?
Manchester United.
Troll.
Manchester United are doing things,
Nah,
man.
let him
And
say
I'm
he said
happy.
nothing out of order. He's just, let me know.
I'm just
Talk to more than one
giving
girl,
you
man. You can have more than one hoe. Hey,
examples
do
of
your
what
thing,
INEOS
man.
are doing right now. It's not compared to what we was doing a couple of years ago, like Eddie spoke about. Talking to one thing for 6 months, and then they're telling you, bruv, I've already got a man. Like, can you stop chatting to me? And that's the Frankie De Jong situation.
Yeah, that is the Frankie De Jong situation.
Going
He salvaged
carried
it.
out
That is true.
all the way to the start of the season, to the time that the transfer window ends. Now, in the situation where Ugarte, we've walked away from it, we don't have to wait and start seeing whether this deal is going to happen. We can walk away for it. You look at the situation now. Yusuf Fofana has been linked to Manchester United. He has been one of the players that's been on the list. So we're going for what, first, second, or third, whichever priority Yusuf Fofana is. I reckon he was going to be the second person after Ugarte, because the way the news is coming out that they're focusing on him, it's a good thing. We have options. And I like the fact that Manchester United have options. They don't want to just stagnate on one transfer, Yes, PSG are asking for money. They're trying to recoup. Yeah, and they're stupid for that as well. You've just signed João Neves. Yeah, make the sell so you can, balance your book. But hey, it is what it is, man. But big up to Manchester United for what they're doing. But one thing I have to say right now, what's difficult, and as Sheikh spoke about, is the players going out, because it makes it difficult to sign these players that we want, If we was able to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka and he's not asking to be paid off, but then again, I would pay him off if that was me. And Harry Maguire looks like he's going to be here since we're celebrating 5 years of Harry Maguire. And Scott McTominay with the West Ham situation.
Who's celebrating?
With the Fulham situation. Manchester United posted up, so we got to be with him. He's part of us.
He's going to start in the community shield, by the way.
Bro.
He's going to start. Yeah, Maguire's going to start in the community shield.
I am not part of that celebration.
Right here, man.
He's part of the team.
It's a friendly forced dinner plate. We'll be all right.
Yeah, man.
Friendly forced dinner plate. We'll be straight.
Yeah, man. He's just the cousin that we don't like in the family, innit? But he's still
that's there for a dinner plate, That's
you hear me? They're still going to serve him some food in the reunion and everything, like in the family reunion. So
yeah, you got to come chat to that cousin. I'll talk to him.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You stay in the corner and be like, that's the cousin that nobody likes in the family. But big up with the Ugarte situation, as I keep saying, I'm okay with that. Let's look at the other options right now, because again, we're stepping into 2 weeks away from the start of the Premier League season, Friday night, underneath the floodlights, in front of the whole wide world. Yeah, everyone's going to be watching us, and we want to see that midfield be patterned up by the time we've played Fulham. We've got Manchester City this weekend as well, and we want to see some kind of transfer activities happen before that. But let's see what happens. It is Tuesday. We've got till Friday to get someone in, especially in midfield. You guys saw the preseason. You saw the Liverpool game. You saw that we're still open in midfield. We're still losing the midfield battle. Yes, it would be nice to have a trap star, someone that's got aggressiveness, running around, getting the ball off of man and passing it, continuing the attack. But at the same time, like Frola said, we need both. We need the midfield destroyer, and we need the deep line playmaker that can dictate from the back four, getting the ball from the back four.
Is he a more deep line playmaker? What is Sander Berge?
I have no idea who that is.
He's the more deep line playmaker. Okay, first. Go on, sorry.
It's kind of like press. It's kind of like press.
He's a press resistant. Okay.
Yeah, you know what it is? People frown on it. Sorry, before you finish, Ivor, because he's from Burnley. But you'll see these players go on and be competent within a Villa team, and so like at the end of the day, if he ends up being a bench player next year, it's not a bad thing at all.
But Leon, you look at when Liverpool signed Andy Robertson from Hull as soon as they relegated. It was a good signing for them. Look at him right now. So we could look at this Sander Berge and think that, okay, we don't know much about him. Or the average Manchester United fan don't know much about him. I haven't watched him play, not like we watch Burnley play week in, week out. But we don't know what he's capable of doing when he comes into the team. He can add that quality, for what we've been missing. You just never know. It could be a coup signing. But it's about the price now, because, of course, he is coming from a relegated team. And we technically have the advantage because he probably wants to make that move. But it's about Manchester United structuring the right deal, the right price, in order to, because I don't want Manchester United to end up spending and playing that dickhead tax that we always pay for Premier League players. So it's good right now. It's looking good. Ugarte, thank you. That's your own team screwed you over. You wanted to come so badly. If you wanted to come, maybe you should have striked. You should have told him, I'm not training anymore. I really want to leave. Like, and PSG probably lower their value, you know. But again, you know, I've seen, look, Eddie's true in it. If you really want to leave, kick up a fuss. Kick up a fuss. Don't turn up to training. Don't turn up to preseason.
Yeah, no, it was
Catch the
just,
fines.
you said something crazy. You said something crazy, but I'll let you cook.
Whatever I said, I'm gonna say pause. I'm gonna say pause. No dilly, because I don't know what I just said right there. But yeah, man, let's move on. We have to move on. We've got Man City this Saturday. We've got Fulham on
10 days of
Friday.
10 days
I
away
want to
from now.
see McTominay playing against us next week Friday wearing a white t-shirt, bro. There's no way I want to see him wearing a red t-shirt, bro. So yeah, man, it is what it is.
Yeah. In regards to the Ugarte news, over the moon about it, because that is one significant change we've made in the transfer window, is walking away from deals when we believe the price is too high. We've seen it with Bramthwaite. We're now seeing it with Ugarte. Ugarte is a player what I like at Manchester United. Absolutely, I think he's a good player. I think he's a very good player. I think he could definitely improve us. But as Eddie, pointed out in only Eddie fashion, he a runner, he a track star. They're not that tough to find. They're not worth 60, 70 million. Are they needed? Yes, people. Don't get misunderstood. I'm not here being critical of those players. You need one of them, especially in your midfield. However, you don't have to pay premium price for them. Bear in mind, this is an Ugarte who's not coming off their best season, and this is Ugarte they are trying to get rid of. Why are we going to pay top dollar for him? That makes no sense. Now, if this was a guy who was coming off a flying season at PSG,
trying to make the rich richer, man.
Yeah, and PSG wanted to keep him, then we're the B-side of negotiation, and we would have to pay a top price. We'd have to pay 70, 80, 90 million for him. However, that is indeed not the case. So the fact we've walked away from the deal, I'm all for it. I'm all for stepping away. It's just that it shouldn't have taken us this long. It should have been 2 to 3 days, and then we kept it stepping and moved on. Because like Fabrizio's mentioned, Fabrizio Romano, Sander Berge, I don't think is linked with this, because man is saying he's a deep lying playmaker, which is what we also need. So that's a whole different player. I can't comment on the Sander Berge deal, because the only thing I don't know anything about him apart from he ain't been injured since 2021. That's one thing I will say. That's the only thing I can comment on. Like he stays fit and available. So he has that.
You gotta look.
I don't know anything else about him.
Watch him get to United and get injured first.
You saw Euro wasn't injury prone until he came to our club.
With Sander Berge is different. He's like 25, 26, so he's played more consistently. But I do understand the overall point. So yeah, with Ugarte, should have moved on and went and try and sign the Yusuf Fofana earlier. The season starts in 10 days. This squad is still short, but that's why I will give INEOS and the new structure credit. That I will give them credit is the way we've been moving in deals. I've liked it. But I've not really so much selling, like rejecting the offer for Scott McTominay is crazy. But in terms of buying, because if this was the old regime, we pay the money for Ugarte and we pay the money for Bramthwaite. We paid the 70 million for Bramthwaite or 80 million, whatever they wanted, and we paid a 60, 65, which I think is terrible. Which would have been terrible.
Something that's dropped, by the way, Flawless, by Ornstein. Denzel Dumfries does not intend to discuss new Inter Milan deal until market closes. 20-year-old favors exit, keen on Manchester United, but only possible if Wan-Bissaka rejects West Ham and Manchester United. Inter wants swap. At present, United prefer West Ham plus Mazraoui.
Yeah.
All the right backs we could be linked with, and it's those two.
Dumfries,
Denzel Dumfries okay. It's not bad.
Yeah, again, but that's it. That's it right there. What you just said there, Leon. He's okay, which I agree with. He's okay. You know who's also okay? Diogo Dalot.
Yeah, I hear it.
Hey, relax, relax.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's your guy, but that's just what it is, Eddie. But we need to like go inside of right back who's like, we go, hey, you know what?
I just don't think we're at that stage unless they come.
I hear you.
I mean,
I think so. In regards to, I look at Euro when Euro time, we always like, yeah, Euro, you start for us. I don't think it's tough to get better than Dalot.
I think it's just the financial situation. Obviously, I get why they're going down to why they wouldn't do a swap deal, because they're going to make money. So they're going to make like what, £10 million or 7 million quid on the deal, something like that. That's why they're trying to make money with every deal that they do to then release more money into the squad and stuff like that. Like for example, the money that you make by selling Wan-Bissaka and buying Mazraoui for cheaper, you actually fund a Rabiot deal. Do you know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do little things like that. So yeah, it's just
big
one
up
of
to
them.
Saeed as well, man. Shout out to Saeed.
Big up to Saeed.
Large up Saeed, man. Large up, man.
Shout out Ends in the cut as well. He says there's 200 people in the chat, only 75 likes. He was up to triple digits.
For real, man. What we doing?
Yeah, also Saeed, man, big up on the swimming and that. But yeah, carry on.
And Zuki says the game has changed. You don't need an 11 of class players. System is key. I agree with you 110%.
True.
Are we
I think it's a
forgetting
mix
who,
of both though.
are we forgetting who's in the dugout?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the
why
thing as
I'm.
well.
This is why I'm so adamant about signings, because I know the manager we have in charge is not going to implement a system to get the best out of these players. Did last season just not happen?
Well, wait. You guys are not happy with the additional 2 new coaches who can potentially bring in that system.
I've never seen 2
who gets
coaches
the final
and
say?
I've never seen 2.
No, we have
coaches
3
in the ownership
managers.
get
We
so
have
much
3
credit, man.
managers.
I have never seen this in the history of watching football. I've never seen 2 coaches and a new ownership get so much credit. I've never seen a DOF and a technical director and a CEO.
You have to from this standpoint, right? When I look at what INEOS has done in like the past couple months they've been here. Oh, shout out to Ryan. I ain't see you there, Playboy.
Big up, Ryan. Big up.
Like I'm looking at just the structure, right? And I honestly do believe they have heavy influence on things, even like game day, even like the lineup. Because what happens now in sports is it's seen as
you break up for you, look.
Everybody plays a part.
Yo, Eddie, say that again. You broke up. Eddie, run that back. You said you broke up a little bit. Run that back. It's all good.
That village Wi-Fi, my fault. That village Wi-Fi. So it's like everybody plays a part, bro. Everybody plays a part in the end product when you come to sport now. Like from the nutrition to like how many minutes somebody's playing. Like this was all Ten Hag last season, which is why he was talking so bold, because he could look upstairs and see nobody he had the answer to. He can look on the touchline and see no manager that would challenge his word. When you got Ruud van Nistelrooy there, I don't think he's there just to be a yes man, dog. I think he's there because INEOS told him he has a job to do, and he'll be evaluated on his job irrespective of what foolishness Ten Hag does. So if he's out there giving lineups that are right for us to play in, and Ten Hag ignores that, INEOS will take caution of that, I believe, and say like, yo, Ten Hag, you tripping out here, right? And so that's my thing. I understand how we've been operating and how that can leave such a bad idea of how we operate as a football club, that going forward, you can't see anything changing. But I genuinely believe like he has his share, but the share that the other people have as a part of this team is way greater too, collectively. So yeah, he's the manager, but I think
that's where I'm at with it. Go,
I think Wilcox has a very important part to play on what we look like on game days.
Yeah,
I think Van Nistelrooy, the same thing. We got a fucking set piece coach. I think a good one might have a part to play as well.
So we're gonna score from set pieces, yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully.
Nah, don't hit me with the hopefully. Don't hit. I'm tired.
Eddie, let me add to that. Eddie, you remember the no. Hopefully, he's been good. He was at Brentford. He was at Arsenal.
Man. I'm hearing a lot of that. I'm hearing too much of that.
Let me talk with chess.
I'm hearing that. Yes, man. Talk with chess.
He will, based on his experience at Arsenal, being at Arsenal, and improving Arsenal's set pieces. And Burnley as well. I mean Brentford as well. So he is good. But just to add to what Eddie said, you look at Jason Wilcox on that final in the FA Cup final. He had a hand in the tactics in terms of how to set up the team as well. So you look at that, Eddie, and that's just to add to back up to what you have to say. So everyone will play their part this season, and I'm confident that someone like Ruud van Nistelrooy is aiding to the attacking phases of Manchester United and the way we press and etc. And Hack as well, who's also a former manager, will assist in attacking phases and also in the mid blocks as well, and also defensively as well. So we should expect to see changes. And that set piece coach, we should expect to see some goals being scored as long as we spy the players who are good in the air. If you have someone in Rashford in the box who usually closes his eyes when he heads the ball, then you might not be scoring goals.
Yeah, he heads the ball.
But you see, that's it. It's like
100%. Yeah.
Because I'm just looking at like, bruh, how he's been moving, just how this manager has been moving is so opposite. He's playing the company man role. It's like he's on probation.
Literally.
It's like he's on probation. He out there smoking that gas station bud, the one that don't got no THC, and he's doing all the extras to make sure he meets his 90 days and he's a free man. That's how I view him. I'm gonna be real. Like, brother looks stressed out here. he just happy like it. It's different. It's different. But again, I say all this, and I'll give you credit on this, Flawless. I say all this right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then we watch that goddamn Community Shield game.
That's
Everything
what I'm saying, man.
sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
You
So
forget
that's where
that
it comes
because
to.
what the excuse will be with the Community Shield. One, it'll be is because it's the Community Shield. Two, it's be Manchester City. I hear that to an extent because it's very hard to implement your style and how you want to play against Manchester City. I'm not really looking too much into that. More so, just don't get battered. Even if we lose the game 2-0, just don't get battered scoreline wise. That game in 10 days. That game against Fulham will tell me all I need to know because even Ed saying here, Wilcox picks the style, Rude manages the player, Hack helps implement the tactics, Ten Hag feeling like a figurehead rather than an actual coach. I'll say this before, I'll say this again. And I've been watching football a long time. Never have I seen a DOF, never have I seen a technical director, assistant manager, and a coach get so much stock put on them for how the first team plays. Because even Surfer, as much as it pays me to agree with Surfer, he says, what's the point of Ten Hag staying, everyone else doing his job? That's why I don't think much changes. People have spoke about lineups. People have spoke about tactics. The set piece coach that Ivorian mentioned as well. So all these things are changing around him. So what is Ten Hag doing there then? If everyone else, like Surfer has said here, is doing his job. Never else. Who the coaches at City? Who the coaches at Arsenal? When Klopp was there, outside of, what's his name? The guy, Pep Linders, who the coaches there? Outside of AirPod Albert at Arsenal, who were the coaches there? When these, who were Ancelotti's coaches?
You know what it is for me, yeah? I just think it's because it's Man United, bruv. You know, this club has been, it's just Man United, right? Everything has to be weird and different with this club. And we've been through so many years of there being a lack of structure in it. So now it's kind of like oh my day. So all these journalists and that, they're lapping it up. Because if you probably look at Man City, Arsenal's, and all of these other teams, there's definitely a lot of moving parts. Pep doesn't do everything. He has help, you know what I mean? So it's just being amplified because Man United. That's what I think. It's making a scene out of it.
I know we've never had this before.
Pep will take the most credit though, because the same people who will then talk about all the coaches and the DOF and the directors at Manchester United helping out so much will be turned around and say when Pep leaves, City are finished. So which one is it? If he has all this assistance and all this help, but Pep leaves, it's finished. How you can't have it both ways. It's either the manager is the main guy and takes the majority of the responsibility, or it's the system around it. Are we saying Pep is a system coach? Is that what we're saying?
No, I'm not saying it's good to have a great team around you.
That is true. But how great is that team without Pep?
This is how it's
we would never know really till we leave.
This is how it's different though.
Go on, fam.
Pep ain't coming in 8th place, in 7th place. That's why this is different. They want to. I genuinely believe this, bro. They want to get rid of this guy.
That's what I was going to say too.
Financially, in their calculations, though, it just didn't make sense to do right now. And so what they had to do is compensate for him in other areas in order for this investment to at least have some type of return. That's how I view the thing, right? Because again, you cannot tell me they believe in him and you get a guy like Ruud van Nistelrooy to be his second in command.
I hope you're right, Eddie. I genuinely believe. I hope you're right, Eddie, but I genuinely believe they do. I think they genuinely assessed and looked at it when it is, and I think, unfortunately, they said, "Yeah, this is our guy."
I won't be surprised if Van Nistelrooy takes over him.
That's another thing.
I'm like, Fonz, I'm not even saying you're crazy for saying that because, like we all say, actions speak louder than words. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to go like beyond the paper, but I'm like, if I just look at what you're saying, absolutely, absolutely. Like this dude, y'all could have got anybody, and you said, okay, let's go one more season with this guy.
That's it.
So that speaks volumes, but I'm just hoping that they're operating from a cost-benefit type of situation analysis. That's like, okay, what's the cost? Is it too high for us to get rid of him? Sure, if we wait one more year, what's the cost again? Then they get rid of him. So I'm I can understand your point completely, but I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I hear that. And big up to Lucas.
I agree with Eddie too.
Outside of working night shift in Melbourne, is I catch the ManDem live 3 a.m. here. Hey, big up, man. If you locked in
Hey,
from
you a
Australia,
soldier, bro. Those
big up to
graveyard
Luca,
shifts
man.
is tough,
man,
bro.
Do your thing, man.
Keep
Do your
doing
thing,
man.
3 a.m.
Go on, Sheik. What was you gonna say? My bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick. I agree. I completely agree with Eddie. In my head, there's probably like two possibilities of what they're thinking here. The first one is probably we give more of the work to Rude, the other people around him, so that Ten Hag could focus on the managerial aspect of it purely, so that his main focus is on that, and we don't have to see Ten Hag trying to interfere in other decisions, just purely for his focus on the managerial aspect. So that could be one. Two, it's also that they just don't trust him. They don't want him anywhere near any of those type of things, because when they did have him, or when he was near those type of things last year, we had the season that we had. So they're kind of like, let's just keep him away from all that type of stuff. Let's actually, get certain people to make all those decisions, so that we don't have to have Ten Hag there to make those decisions, because when he did, we had a season like last year. So I think that's more of just like, obviously this is just purely speculation, but it's also hinting more towards the fact that they don't trust him. They're already looking to trying to replace him. I think Rude could actually be that person that they replace him with. It could be one of those like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type of things, where let's say Ten Hag gets sacked by January or February, they'll probably appoint Rude. Let's say Rude has good results, and depending on where we finish at the end of the season, they'll probably give Rude next season, and just be the interim manager up until then. So who knows?
And I think Sheik, the changes were needed in the back room and the coaching stuff. Because we had a hell of a lot of scrubs last season as coaches, coaches that was under Oli, coaches that was under Jose, and it was needed. Like our set piece coach that we had, Eric Ramsey, was Chelsea's reserves coach, set piece coach, and come and get a job as a first team coach at Manchester United, just like that, hiring scrubs like that have never been in that field. So it was needed to bring in these elite coaches who have real meaning to their pedigree, to their status and pedigree as well, to what they do. So we needed this change. I'm just happy. Look, we got realistically, we've got 3 managers. Ruud van Nistelrooy is a manager on his own. Rene Hack just came from a managerial role and said, I'm going to quit this job because I want to go to Manchester United. Like I said before, Ruud van Nistelrooy was assistant manager of Dutch team on 2 occasions, went to PSV, managed them, finished second, scored the highest goal in the Eredivisie, won the Dutch Cup in 1 season, decided to depart because they weren't seeing a line with the owners. And he's come here. He turned down a job at Burnley for the club, the player that we want to sign there, and chose the opportunity to return back home to Manchester United. So again, it's good to have 3 different type of managers who think differently as well and can challenge each other.
So let me ask you then. Let's say nothing changes and we are performing poorly.
Then we're back to square one.
No. It's not back to square one. Who gets the blame?
The manager does.
So say it go wait. So okay. So on the
flip say that again,
Flawless. Say so. What I'm asking is say it's the exact same as last season. We are performing poorly. So what about say it goes well? Then who gets the credit?
Oh no, Flawless. You trying to be fair?
I know. The manager gets the credit for
if it all goes wrong, I blame INEOS. I blame INEOS 100%, because who's the people who hired the manager in the first place and decided to keep
here talking about Van Nistelrooy, talking about Hack, the coaches, director of football, technical director, CEO. Because if it goes well, people are gonna point to them and say what they've done and done well. Because we're saying Ten Hag has been stripped of power. He has so much little. So if it goes wrong, surely they take the blame.
Realistically, the manager will get the blame because not everyone is for Eric Ten Hag. People still have a lot of people have the doubts.
I know you are, Eddie. I know you. But if it goes well, you're gonna praise Van Nistelrooy.
They're gonna be like, if we're doing bad, it's Ten Hag's fault. But when we're doing well, it's INEOS.
If you do well, it's INEOS and
Van
Nistelrooy. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm saying.
For me, it's always
going to be INEOS.
Obviously, you got Barada and our DOF Wilcox. Yeah, Wilcox is our
technical director,
and then our DOF. So it goes down the hierarchy for me. If we do well, I'm gonna be happy that it's INEOS and whatever they've implemented is working. If we don't, I expect them to take accountability for it and fix it. So they've tried a new way. They're new ownership and they retained the manager. I don't think we've ever seen that before. So if it works, they're geniuses. If it doesn't, I expect them to act on it, simple, and fix it. So maybe they do have a contingency plan, and Rude might step in, because even him, I can't lie, it gives me a certain aura. I don't know if it's the shades.
There we go.
The
A word, the H word,
Real aura.
There we go.
You know, it is. No, he does. I swear.
I know. I've been hearing this for way too long.
I am tired. Hey, I'm tired of those three.
Nah,
the A word, the E word, and the H word, man. Aura, expectation, and hope. They're the three words.
Nah.
All season long, man.
Aura. We won't say.
But do you know what it is though?
He got the glow.
Like Pep has it. Everyone has it. Like so. I feel like when I mean aura, I don't mean it in the play that way. I just mean it as in he gives me a sense of like respect. Like I feel like the players see him and just want to listen to him and take him seriously. Ten Hag had it a little bit at the start, and then slowly the club fried him, and he just lost himself. And now, he used to he's not good enough. I used to love when Ten Hag said that. I was gassed.
Good is not good enough.
Good is not good enough, and we got to do better. And
bigger picture, bigger picture, bigger picture,
So I don't know, man. It's a difficult situation, guys. Obviously, let's be real, man. We're not big fans of Ten Hag, but we support the club, and we just have to hope it works. And realistically, the odds of it working are very low, but we just need to see that maybe what they've put around him somehow just gels together and it works. And if it doesn't, they gotta fix it. It's all on INEOS for me, man. It's all on INEOS, man.
So let's also not forget, like, when Ten Hag was reappointed, how all of us felt about all of that stuff, and we said this is the first fuck up from INEOS, and it's still ringing in my head. So it's like they still have to make up for that. Like, if you're going to keep him, cool. Now I want to see what you guys do because you've kept him. Do all these things that you guys said are going to do to help him and all that type of stuff. But if this goes wrong, I'm still looking at you, because you're the people who kept him in the first place. If you're going to blame, the manager and this and that, or say that this is the reason why our season's not been successful, you are the people who kept him in the first place. So I'm looking at you. It's as simple as that for me.
So Sheik, I'm looking at the hierarchy now. So obviously Barada's the CEO, and then you've got Ashworth, that's the football sporting director. So it goes from them. So it goes straight to Barada. Because they're the ones that are putting the things in place. Yeah, you're looking Barada and Ashworth. That's who I'm on.
And okay, that's fair. And to big up to Ten Hag in the building, says the bigger question is, why have you only signed 2 players 2 weeks before the season start? Crazy part is I've already seen the excuses rolling out on socials in regards to this and saying INEOS are to blame already.
Can I talk about this, Flawless? Because this has been annoying me, and I haven't really been on much shows. Do you know what it is? I'm not even going to get onto anybody because I hear both sides, but we just got to see. Obviously, they came through the doors, on fire. You feel me? And that set a certain expectation that got us a bit excited. Like, wow, how many months before the season started? Look what they're doing. They've got Lenny Euro. We had the whole Real Madrid situation. Then obviously we got what's his name, Xerxes and whatever. But yeah, man, a lot of people are complaining about the whole Ugarte thing and why everything's taking long and whatnot. But I just feel like they've set a this is what I personally think. I could be wrong. They've set a deadline. They've said, you know what, he's our number one. They're not budging, but we're going to leave it till this date to try and push for him. In the background, they've agreed deals. People are talking about Rabiot. For me, they've probably agreed with him and showed him, bro, Ugarte is our main guy. We're trying to pattern other people, but you just sit tight. Because people on the free can join clubs at any time. So they can probably agree with multiple clubs, and then by the time they're ready to decide, you know what, Man United are not, and let me just go to my second team. So I feel like I'm hoping they've got a system and a structure to how they're doing it. Ugarte is not going to work out. Okay, it's the 6th of August now. You know what? Let's move on to our secondary target. We're hearing about the Fofanas and all of that. So I'm just hoping they've got a structure. They're going down their list, and then probably Rabiot's like last resort. Like, okay, cool. If we don't get this person and this person,
man, he's the
Rabiot,
text at 3 a.m. Yeah, he's the U-up text at 3 a.m.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I can understand people's frustration if they look at.
I understand it. 5 out of 10 performance every now and again. It is what it is.
And the frustration is what it is. Guys, let's be real. The frustration is that we brought in Lenny Euro and Xerxes, but they're actually they look like the replacement for Rafael Varane and Anthony Martial straight up. Yeah. So you look at no one has really left. We haven't really brought in anyone.
That's what's the worry.
That's what they're feeling.
Yeah. That's my biggest worry.
We haven't really brought in anyone. We just literally replaced like for like. One left, we brought him in. The other one left, we brought him in. But where's the rest? and we're 2 weeks away. So I could understand.
You could argue. You could say on paper we haven't improved as a squad.
You could say on paper we haven't improved as a squad because we haven't.
But we're gonna improve in terms of performances and league position.
Hey, listen,
what certain people are saying.
I'm just stating.
I think logically we could improve. I'm not going to say massively, but in terms of adding a system and a direction, we've got to improve. Even if it's 10%, there has to be something. So that's what I'm expecting. And like you said, first game of the season, I don't really care about this preseason. It's nice and all of that. Wing is pushing high up and all of that. It's all nice and that, but let's see it against when the Premier League starts. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm
Rhino. You can't let. I call him flawless Simeone for this.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
This guy's been saying this for time.
Gotta watch this brother when he sets up tactically deep. And they third and wants to catch you on the counter. I peeped it the whole time. Listen, when he asked y'all, so we're gonna be improved next season. He knows the answer.
Yeah. For real. It's rhetorical, isn't it?
He just wants us to say it, man.
Y'all try and wiggle out some shit. That's all it is.
Y'all seen
host, isn't it? He's the host, isn't it?
Y'all seen like Wolf of Wall Street, right? When Leo's talking to the cop, and the cop's like, say it the way you said it, like say what you just said.
That's funny.
To try to like clip him. That's flawless in a nutshell. That's literally flawless. Yo, I'm just here because I'm here with all this euphoria. You know what I'm saying? Horror, expectation, hope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here with all of this, and I'm like, I just look at what's going on.
Positivity, dear brother. That's all.
Positivity. There we go. And KK Letso, this is a great point. Shout out my guy KK Letso. He said at this point, United fans just want to see INEOS on the pitch structure.
For real, man.
Out there, man. Wilcox gonna play on the wing.
I know, but do you know what it is, guys? I'm sorry. I feel like I've got a lot to say, but I just feel like, I'm just trying to have a different mindset and just be a different United fan, innit? And obviously I'm taking everything as it goes. So step by step. So the next step will be the first game. And then for me, I'm giving Ten Hag at least 5 to 10 games to see something. If I don't see something, I'm expecting it out before December still. So I just think INEOS haven't done exactly what we wanted, but they've got a plan in place to do what they need to do, whether Ten Hag stays or not. So that's what I'm hoping and think it's going to happen still.
I hear that.
I'm not getting gassed, but I'm just trying to be a bit positive, but be a bit realistic. Try and find that balance in it. But sorry,
my season prediction, I've already made it. Yeah, first 6 months painful, second 6 months improvements. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's fair. I could agree with that.
I think, to be honest with you, like obviously flawless.
We need to have patience, innit, Leon? We have to be patient.
You don't have to.
I'm missing. Eddie said it right, man. I'm missing the positivity. That's it. It's positive.
No, it's not even that, bro. Anything can. Yeah, Simeone, man. Do you know what I mean? But anything can happen in the season. That Simeone thing's so funny, you know. I'm gonna keep that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he's calling me this for time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come on here one time with a shirt and black tie, black shirt and black tie. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? The reality.
Expectations, isn't it?
Yeah, the reality in my opinion, look, anything can happen. INEOS could turn out to be Glazers. Let's be real. They could turn out to be Glazers. And I always said, when we find that out, if that happens, we're done. Finito.
We are finished. If that
literally, it's just a case of trophy snatchers. That's all it is from then on. Do you know what I mean? Scumbag trophies. That's it. But for me personally, I think Ten Hag will. I don't think we'll end up in the same league position as last season, because I feel like last year he was able to run with a load of games and not change anything. He will be under pressure to change things this season, definitely. And that means that he's already changing things. Look at the players that he's playing. Look at the kind of style that he's attempting to do. Even though we're not sure what he's actually going to kind of put his marker down on. But I think we could easily improve our league position, because I think the league fluctuates so much. You don't need to get that many points to end up 5th, 6th, 4th. You don't need that many. Do you know what I mean? Like, teams fluctuate a lot of the time. Is Saeed's prediction of 3rd? Do I think that's a bit mad? Yeah, I think that's a bit. That's
crazy. Let's just call it what it is.
It's not crazy. No, it's not crazy.
That is crazy.
Sometimes it's just the top two and the rest.
Quote me if I'm wrong, Leon. Is that his expectation? There's a difference between what he thinks is going to happen or what he feels like should be happening based on the facts.
I think it's what should be happening if we get all the
signings
in. I think that's what it is basically.
Because if you to finish third, you either have to be offensively on point or defensively on point. We are neither.
Yeah, that's true.
I think to be honest with you, the whole season, I've been thinking about this for weeks as well. Yeah. The whole season comes down to, can we get an effective system within this team? That's what it comes down to. Even if we didn't sign another player now, if we had an effective system, we could make fourth. Because we've clearly seen that the lack of control.
I agree with that.
The lack of control. It's all down to the system. It's going to be all down to the system. It's going to be all down to the players' confidence in the system, the players that complement each other that play each week. That's what it's going to come down to, really and truly. So obviously United fans will go mad about they're not happy with Sanderberg. He plays for Burnley. I'd rather have an Ugarte. I'm not happy with Zertsky. I'd rather have a Tony. I don't know what the people say, different things and that, yeah. Not happy with Mazarari. I'd rather have, do you know what I mean? So I'd rather have a Porsche than that. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like it's going to come down to the system, and it's definitely going to come down to that, because last year we've seen the players have no confidence within that system. And to be honest with you, a lot of these players were thinking, this does not complement my attributes as a player. Like, I'm playing football that I don't rate. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that...
I don't see, and that's the thing is, I don't see it changing.
No, I think
people think we're going to implement another H word. I don't know why it's going to automatically
even if he reverts back and changes, back and change. I think you're going to see a little bit change. Yeah. I don't have confidence in him. I think he's going to get sacked. I think he's going to go. That's why I said
this is my point. This is my point. This is my point. And to Z, who says it's not flawless, you just don't like balance, my G. You don't think anything's going to improve, just stay in your lane. We expect improvements. If not, heads are going to got a roll. So all right then, Z, where do you have Manchester United finishing as currently constructed right now? Because this will tell me all I need to know. Where do you have us finishing in the league? That's all I want to know. And then we can go from there, type of thing. Because I remember
he was in a different stream as well. I think he said top 4, if I'm not wrong, Z.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you said top 4.
If he responds to that, then he can tell me who's scoring that goals. I don't hear it.
Someone got
score goals.
No. I'm hearing what you're saying. I don't hear that. You know what I mean? I think for me personally, I predict us to be 6.
Oh, you said top 4. Okay, then Z, who's scoring the goals then? Name the goal scorers. Who's scoring goals for Manchester United as well? Who's scoring the goals for us?
I ask you, I want to know Z's order as well of teams. Who are we finishing above? Like all these other big 6 clubs that are also being mentioned. I want to see who we're finishing above.
It's kind of open in a way. It's kind of open, do you know what I mean? In that way.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I feel like for me, let me just finish quickly, Adi. I feel like for me, I think we're going to be about 6th at Christmas. And I feel like if this manager was to leave at Christmas and another one come in, they'd look at this squad and they'd go, take you guys from 6th to 4th. Yeah, I'm up for that challenge. Yeah, I'm well up for that. You need to win about 70% of the games, 60-70%, and you could do that. But in regards to the goals, I do believe we'll score more goals than last season. I don't think it will be like 100 goals that Ollie did, but I don't want to have them at and flawless. Look, you're not wrong for what you say. I've seen it on streams where you go, who's going to score? These men have not.
Because you know what's crazy?
You're looking at the evidence from before I get it.
No. Z, don't do that. Who's scoring the goal? No. Name the goal scorers. We need names. We do that over here. Names and numbers. So you know who's playing. We know who our attacking player. I won't even say whole. We'll go Rashford, Garnacho, Xerxes, Højlund, Diallo, Bruno. We'll say that's 6. So that's Garnacho, Rashford, Xerxes, Højlund, Diallo, Bruno. We'll run with those 6. What are those 6 scoring in the Premier League? Because this is where you start to get people. Because when you start to break it down, you realize there's no logic. Me and Saeed had the same conversation, and he said,
"But they're flawless." Then you can,
but then scoring 70 goals.
But they're flawless. Then you can also say then if we have to question who's scoring, then how much blame do we put on Ten Hag as well? Then is it the players or is it Ten Hag? You get what I'm saying? So if we have a good coach, if a good coach came in. Do you think these players still couldn't score goals? Or do you think
yeah. We definitely better than scoring.
So your anchor is Ten Hag.
Yes.
Okay. That's what it is. Okay. I hear you now. I get it.
He's the main issue.
He's the problem.
As much as I don't rate
He's the hindrance. He's the hindrance.
With a competent manager last season, we finished top 4. We finished 8 points off 4. We lost 14 games in the league. We lost 14 out of 38 games. If we lost 3 less games, we finished top 4. That is not difficult. You don't have to be great to finish top 4. This is the point I'm making. As much as these players are not Premier League or Champions League contending or winners, they're not that. Are they better than this? Absolutely, they're
100%.
better than 8th with a minus goal difference. As much as I don't, because we've seen it with De Zerbi at Brighton. As much as their individual players are not good, you can set up a system where you allow players, not allow players, but it helps players score goals.
Yeah,
I don't rate Arsenal's attack like that. Arsenal got 90 plus goals. If you give Ten Hag that same attack, do they get 90 plus goals?
Yeah, they're the epitome of system. They're the epitome of system.
Fuck no, did they not? Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard. Who else? Jesus, Trossard. That's not a 90 plus. Like, obviously, they didn't score out of 90, but that's not a goal. That's not a front six you look at and go, that's going to get me a lot of goals. But he got a system. You know what I'm saying? And again, because man don't be listening before you go. When he said, didn't we finish third when we scored the least amount of goals in the top 6? Yes, but also this is why people don't pay attention. I said at the very start, if you are going to finish top 3, you either have to be offensively on point or defensively on point. The reason why we finished top 3 that season, defensively very good. Bear in mind, we conceded, I think, 43 goals, 45 goals. 15 of them was in 2 games. So in the 36 games, we almost conceded what? Just over a goal a game. Our defense was we were very much on point. Do you trust us with Onana and Maguire and Lindelof and Shaw and Casemiro? Everyone who's saying is cooked and no 6. All right, bet. Okay.
I think
right.
I think for me it's like I'll go back to what I said before. It is all the system, because like you shouldn't. United fans are very fixated on, oh yeah, this guy's going to score 20 goals, so we're going to do better this season, and oh yeah, this guy's not good enough to score that many goals. If you coach the players to be in the right positions and to read each other and to complement each other together, you score goals from the whole team. The top the whole midfielders score, because you realize like it should be that simple. It's like when you're attacking, it's like if you see somebody going down the line, old school football tactics is like somebody's got to be penalty spot and somebody's got to be far post. So you should have like, do you know what I'm trying to say? And then somebody's arriving late top of the box and stuff like that. It's like the players have got to be coached in a way where it's intelligently now with the basics, where they're like, and this is why I believe Zertsky, Sancho and Diallo will read each other. I think if you watch them play and you watch them properly and you don't just watch who's on the ball, you watch what they're doing off the ball, you'll see them start to read and drift into space. When you play five-a-side football, I end up going mad at my brethren every week because we pull up here and they go, yeah, you're playing left back, you're playing right back. I said, bro, you don't play five-a-side like that. You play where the space is. You don't play five-a-side like 11. So what happens is, if one guy drifts out to the right, you automatically occupy the space. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you drag a defender that way and create the space in the middle. And that's how they should be reading each other. I'll know within the first 5-10 games. I'll know straight away how much confidence they've got in this system. There'll be an initial buzz. We might win the first couple of games.
And that is it. That's where my criticism, why I was so annoyed about keeping the manager, because these players are better than that. They are better than 8th. They're better than a minus goal difference. They're better than losing 14 games. As much as I don't think they are of a certain level, are they better? Could we, if again, a competent manager last season, we finished top 4, even with all the injuries? You know why?
They're not ready to go in the league, though.
Yeah, and that's not what we're talking about. But they finished 8 points off of 4th. We lost 14 out of 38 games. Meaning if we would have won 3 of the 14 we lost, we finished inside the top 4. And then everyone's not talking about injuries. We lost, I think, 20 plus games in total. So he says, I believe Rashford can get 15, Ahmad 10, Xerxes 15, Højlund 10, Garnacho 10, Sancho 10 as well. So that's 15.
That's 70 goals.
25. Wait. 25.
70 goals. We scored 59 last year. Come on, people. Let's please.
Don't give him 2 extra.
57. I'm sorry. I gave 2 extra. My bad.
You don't give 2 extra, man. So our front 6. Wait, so that's Rashford, Ahmad, Xerxes, Højlund, Garnacho, and Sancho. That front 6 is getting 70 goals. But they scored 57 goals overall as a team. But our front 6 is getting 70. All right, sure.
I really want to know where this delusion comes from, people. I really, really want to know.
We could do whatever. The system's not there. So
yeah, I think for me, bro, it's like if you had put like 15 goals with like a mod or some shit, I could get with that. But
yes,
Zerski coming out the gate with 15 goals is kind of tough to project. I think it'll have to be on our defensive. I
think Højlund can do better than what he did last season.
Brother, hey, you gotta let him go. Let him go.
No. Come on, let's be real, man.
No life vest. Don't give
his limitations. He still ended up scoring like 17 goals.
Drown with that Titanic, man. It's done.
Yeah, no, I agree with him.
Come on, man.
I agree. Do you know why? and I know people know that.
Hoyland's your guy, man. That's why.
No, it's not even that. Let's be realistic. No, but let's be realistic. Okay, no, guys, let's be brutally. Let's all be brutally realistic here. In his first season, in this mess of a club, he still got the amount of goals. Whether it was a patch or not, this is what he did last season.
I want listening. You talking about Hoyland?
Yeah, I'm talking about Hoyland. Out of all these players, he's looking most likely to score his goals. No,
I'll flip it on his head right now. With Xerxes here, that means Hoyland's gonna get less game time.
Limited
so Hoyland's
time.
Gonna score less.
But we don't know how we're playing Xerxes though.
But
we don't know.
Gonna get
Xerxes could be behind Hoyland.
Okay, so here's either or. Hoyland's minutes are probably going to be. Hoyland is probably his minutes are probably going to be less.
Not behind me, bro. He's behind Hoyland.
His minutes are probably going to probably. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. His minutes are probably going to be less. He got 10 goals by playing most of the games, barring when he was injured. So he's going to get less game time and less minutes and score more goals.
But then again, towards the end of the season, he scored more. Coming off the bench. He scored a couple off the bench.
Oh yeah, 70 goals. Sorry, that's crazy to me, but we move.
Yeah, coming from 9 goals.
70. I'm not agreeing with that.
Bro, we haven't touched 60 goals as a squad in the past 2 years, but 6 players will touch 70 like it's easy. We haven't even brought up Bruno.
I don't
even on 70 goals from our front 6. Our team on the whole in the last 10 years in the Premier League has cracked 70 goals once.
70 goals. Like, come on. I just want to know. All of a sudden, how are these players so fucking good now? All of a sudden.
70 goals, you know?
70 goals.
We know who
that's what it is.
Ruud
Van Nistelrooy aura effect.
That's mad. You know what?
Unless Van Nistelrooy getting on the pitch, then I might agree.
No, it's the aura effect. You see Van Nistelrooy, you believe in yourself. It's the glow. Don't forget that. It's the aura. What was it? Aura, what's it called in hope?
You see with
expectation,
ManDem, you see with Hoyland, yeah. It's like for him to get more goals, he's got to be playing on the right hand side some games, man. Like you can't just rely on him up front, man, because it's not. Honestly, bro, like if Xerxes was playing up front and he was playing on the right, he would bag quite a few goals, you know what I mean? Like running the channels and that. But I don't know, man. Flawless. These are all it's peaking it, man, because we know what to do, but we just don't know what's going to happen in it. Like we know this guy's probably going to.
I just can't get over the 70 goals because then if you add 15 or 20 from the rest of the team, that means we're getting 90 as a team. That's a title winning attack.
People forgot about Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, we're only making top 4 with 90 goals. That's what they're saying.
If you're scoring 90 plus goals, that is good enough to win. Bear in mind, City won the league and scored 96. So if we get 70 from if it's out of the realms. If we get 70 from our front 6, the rest of the team gets 25.
Yeah,
that means we're scoring the same amount.
Bruno's
we the highest goal scorers in the league, yeah.
McTominay will probably get a couple goals. Maybe our center backs, full backs. It'll easily add up to at least 100.
He even added Bruno in. Did he add Bruno?
He didn't. No, he didn't.
Bruno's 10. So we'll add Bruno in as 10. I'm guessing Bruno's 10.
10. So we're at 80. We're at 80 goals.
No, this is just
Prem too.
80 goals.
This is just Prem.
Hey, Brother Z, I appreciate positivity, but I don't appreciate your level of positivity, my brother. I think you
look at this. Look at Steve's super chat. Said it himself.
So I don't know.
Wait, is it 80 goals? This is crazy. So Rashford 15, Ahmad 10, Xerxes 15, Hoyland 10, Garnacho 10, 40. Sancho 10, Bruno 10.
70%.
10. We'll say 10.
He said 8. He said 8. Okay, so Bruno gets 8. 2 less goals.
So what is it? 78?
78.
From our front 6 is scoring 78 league goals.
Front 7. Yeah, that's 7, right?
Let's not forget Anthony's 4 goals as well.
7. Yeah, 7 players.
No, he goes in the rest. So what was the number, Sheik? 78 goals.
78 for 7 players. Yeah, 7 players are getting 78.
Our front 7 is getting 78 league goals.
78 goals.
All right. Okay.
Hey. Put Anthony in the mix too. Don't forget about
Arsenal scored like 90 last year, right?
Gonna contribute.
Arsenal scored like 90 last year. How much did who was their top goal scorer last year for Arsenal?
Eddie, you're a troll, man. Yo, flawless. Take Eddie out, man. He's a troll, man. He's a troll. Did you hear him?
That's true, though. I forgot about Anthony's 4 goals.
Anthony. 7 up. Wait, we need to make sure we got the amount of players right. Hold on. Let me just get back to the Steve. I'll get to the super chat as well. Let me make sure I got that. So you got Rashford, Ahmad, Xerxes, Hoyland, Garnacho, Sancho. So yeah, that is 6. So 7 players is Bruno. So 7, our front 7 is getting 78 goals.
I love it. I love it.
So that means we cracking. The rest of the team gonna get at least 22. So we cracking 100 goals this season in the Premier League.
We're doing madness.
Why would the rest of the team get 22? The fullbacks are going to get 22.
No, as a whole team. No, I'm saying all the rest of the players.
The midfielders.
Yeah, everybody. That's
pencil right back below.
If the front seven can get 78, why is it out of the realms of possibility that the rest of the team?
Wait, hold on. This is flawed. This is seriously flawed. I think Xerxes going to get 15.
Hey,
I'm just processing it right now. Xerxes known not to score goals. He's a known person to add to the team. Yeah, so why do you think him and Rashford are going to score the same goals?
78 from the front seven. That means we cracking 100 Premier League goals. So how many we scored across all competitions? 150, 160,
200.
About 200.
You talking about 200?
And people that criticize me for saying why can't look at this. Look at this, people. Shout out to Z because he's
that man are gonna score 70 goals. Yo, they're gonna be fighting on the pitch for the ball like all the time. That's what I'm saying.
Front seven is getting, which means we are cracking over 100 goals in the league because it's not out of the realms of possibility. Rest of the team get 22. Hey, Ron, we
had Southampton hold
and people will criticize me.
Somebody holding 7.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. 50. To answer your question, Z, about 58. We'll get around that. 58, 59, 57, 58, 59.
I'll meet you in the middle. I'll go 63.
What, overall as a team? Oh, you mean that front seven?
That improvement.
Yeah.
Improvement.
Wait. Eddie, is that the whole team? Wait. Is that the whole team or the front seven?
The whole team.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm talking whole team. When I say whole team will get 58. The whole team. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah. Give me 63.
78 goals from the front seven, people. This is why I ask questions. People think
tough.
I'm being an idiot and trying to be devious. This is why it's to break it up. 78 league goals from our front seven. I don't even think our treble winning sides got that. Did Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney get that? And the rest of them, man?
I doubt it.
How many goals did we score in that season? In the 08 season?
Actually, it's interesting, you know. Because
Madison actually just said it. Owen's injured for 6 weeks, by the way. He's injured for 6 weeks. So that's some of his goals gone right there. He won't play till like October, November.
This is crazy, man.
So
this is crazy. So these men scoring over 100 plus goals.
Brother, you just should have said 70 for the whole team. Brother Z, this is how
we could have still argued that.
Man.
That we could have argued
for the whole team. Come on now.
This is like Denton. This is like Denton all over again, Flawless, for real. This is literally Denton all over again.
And people are working off this. I've seen other people use this same logic. So just for clarity, the team in, is this the team? Yeah, the team in 08.
You might have roasting him, man. Do you know what I mean? If he believes that, you might have roasted him.
No, if you believe it, fair enough. All I'm saying is just I don't understand it.
No. It's merely response. It can't be that. You can't say something to me and then when I respond back, I'm the bad guy because your logic looks daft. Come with better logic. But if I said this, you man would be on my case. If I said, Leon, if I said this shit, you would be on my case. If I said our front seven is getting 78 goals, you go. So you're just gonna sit there and I say,
I hear it.
Imagine I said to you, we're gonna score 100 league goals. What would you say to me?
Yeah, I'd be like,
exactly.
Okay. Family, right?
Exactly. So why are we protecting Z?
If we're scoring 70 goals, that means Bruno's gonna create way many more chances. You know, the elite chance creator that he is, he's gonna create way more chances.
Wait, just to clarify, the team in
this whole time,
the 2008
elite chance creator.
The 2008. The 2008 double winning side that had Tevez, Ronaldo, and Rooney only scored 80 league goals.
Yeah,
as a team.
Wow.
As a team, but our front seven under this manager is getting 78 goals.
In the words of a great philosopher, Flawless, mountains are made to be climbed.
That's true, man.
100 goal season incoming, man. Yeah, this is why I ask the questions when I say where the goals come. Don't just the goals are spread around. No, break down the numbers. Let's actually do the math. Yeah. And you see how daft it's 78 goals from our front seven.
Can I ask you, man, a question? Yeah, what would you take this season? Would you take top 4, similar to how we did last season, or would you take 6th in the table and better football?
I will take the better football any day, bro. Because I want to see some good football.
Do we get trophies? Do we get trophies on either one of those?
What do we do in the Europa League? And
Europa League. If we can get Europa League,
I feel like if we play good football, win the Europa League anyway. But let's just say, for argument's sake, no trophies, but better football. So you at the end of the season, you're basically there and you're like, okay, can see momentum here.
Yeah.
No, Don C. We can't be the new Arsenal because you guys are still the old Arsenal that we make fun of all the time for doing absolutely nothing. So relax, commentate.
This front line is a potential. Man sleeping on it. Chelsea got 73 last season. Is that Chelsea's front line or Chelsea overall?
Also, just to put in perspective, Steve just sent me something as well. So Liverpool scored 86 goals last year, the highest being Mo Salah with 18, Darwin Núñez with 11, Jota with 8, and everybody else is below 10. You got Luis Diaz at 8, Cody Gakpo at 8, McAllister at 5, Robertson at 3, and they scored 86 goals. Just to put in perspective.
What the
but
whole
our
team?
front six are going to get 7 as a whole team. Yes.
Don't do that. Don't be disingenuous. Chelsea got 77 as a team overall. They didn't get 70.
Yeah, that's the thing. He said front three. He said front three. That's why.
Yes. So if you want to take Chelsea's front 7, what did they get? Take Palmer scored X amount, and you can add in Jackson. I did Madueke. I did Mudryk. Whoever Chelsea's like top 7 attacking players are. Don't try and get out of it. See how man try and switch up the argument. No, Chelsea's whole team. So according to your math, not only is our front 7 getting 78 league goals, that means we are cracking at least bare minimum 90, 95. Because that's less than a goal a game for the rest of the players. So that includes all the other midfielders, all the midfielders and all the defenders. All right, sure. Okay, it is. Big up to Steve for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says only 3 players for Manchester City hit double figures last season, but Man United are gonna have 6. No, 7. Oh, no, Bruno. No, Bruno. No,
Bruno had 8.
So it's 6.
Yeah.
So Manchester City had 3 players hit double figures, but United are going to get 6. But we're only finishing 4th. Was our defense that bad? Make this make sense. I'm all for optimism, but it got to make sense to me. I'm sorry. I don't deal with optimism. I deal in logic.
You know, hey, Martinez might see Saliba and he might want to try some shit. You never know.
This is crazy. Yo.
Hey, it's gonna happen all season. That was happening all season for that dude. I got the ammo getting stored up like a doomsday bunker. It's gonna be phenomenal.
Crazy. Yeah. And Z, I've been saying to you, feel free to call into the fan calling show, man. You know where that every Monday 4 8 p.m. UK time. You're more than you can break down to me the 78 goals thing. That's what I want to know. So how many goals are we scoring overall in the league, Z? What's the rest of the team getting? I want to know your number. So that's everybody else. So all the other attackers, the midfield, all the midfielders and all the defense as well. Maybe Onana gets a couple. But big up for the super chat as well.
Tim Howard also, can do it. Why can't he?
For Chelsea, the comment on Chelsea, only 2 players scored more than 10 goals for Chelsea last year.
Palmer
and Nicholas Jackson. Yep.
He was that.
Jackson, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he got
Jackson at 14 and Palmer had 22. And then rest all, Sterling has 8, Gallagher has 5, Mudryk has 5, Madueke has 5, Thiago Silva had 3, Enzo Fernandez had 3, Christopher Nkunku had 3, Disasi has 2. Everybody else is at like 1. Caicedo, Colwell, Chalobah, Gilchrist. So yeah.
That is just saying. But that's their whole team. Their whole team scored. So their whole team scored 77 goals. But our front 7 alone is cracking what Chelsea did last season. So Z, how many goals? And it is all about opinions. How many goals are we getting overall before we close out? Because we're closing out in 2 minutes, people. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem as well. You already know, man. Make sure you subscribe to Ivorian's channel.
He's the main star of the show right now. You know, he's been getting cooked for 40 minutes.
We love these type of conversations.
I love these, to be honest. And I love the fact that he said this as well, because I say this to people all the time. Feel free to call in. And then, yes, they did. And then fans will hear me talk and then go, why don't you think we can do anything? And then say our front 7 can get 78 league goals. And then look at me like I'm crazy. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
That's just jokes.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
No. Z, the rest of the team. The rest of the team. Because that's the front 7. So what's the rest of the team getting? Yeah, I'm saying. The rest of the team, my guy. Let's not do that. 70 goals if for 100%. Whole team or the front 6/7. That's Ten Hag in the building. And bear in mind, people, we're not talking about the whole team. We're talking not the whole team. We're talking literally the front 7. It's here. Z said it himself. The numbers is here.
Oh, the whole team? Or the front 7?
Yes.
The whole
this is the front 7. I asked him where the goals are coming from. He said,
I'd say...
So I'm asking him to add now the rest of the goals, because it's not going to be the front 7 who only score. So what are the rest of the team doing? Our midfielders and defenders are going to score goals. Just law of averages.
Oh, that's the thing. We don't really. I don't know. It depends on the rotation as well.
We ain't doing this. Hold up. I said the team overall will get 78. That's what I meant to say. So what about these numbers then? Because this equals 78. So what's the front six? See how you catch people out?
Damn.
So Bruno's only going to
See
get
how
like
people just be talking for talking's sake. Notice this. People just be talking for talking's sake. Now it's the whole team will get 78. So what were these numbers then? The man think we weren't going to do the math. So what? So you have to revise these numbers. Here we go. You got to revise these numbers then.
Gallagher to Atletico Madrid is here we go. Fabrizio.
What?
Sweden.
They bought him. That's scrub.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Imagine,
Makes sense.
Yeah, don't man, just be saying. You know what I'm saying? Just be saying anything. Now it's the whole team will get 78.
Gallagher's a proper scrub, isn't he?
No, you said, bro, the team overall, it means the rest of the players score. No, these are the numbers you put up. You said the front seven is getting 78. Now it's the whole team. So we need you to revise.
The math ain't mathing, man. The math ain't
mathing, fam. Because man just be saying anything.
Brother Z.
Man just say anything.
Be on your P's and
the numbers
Q's,
is here
Z.
right in front, and man still want to deny it. Man said 15 for Rashford, 10 for Ahmad, 15 for Xerxes, 10 for Højlund, 10 for Garnacho, 10 for Sancho, and 8 for Bruno. That equals 78. So what's the rest of the team? But now man realize, we're not getting 90 to 100 goals. So what is the front seven getting then? All right. Okay.
I think
honestly, you just got to understand, the flawless is from the clashing era, man.
The other wrestlers.
Yeah, he's an MC.
So Bruno,
he's a battle rapper.
Just say anything.
Yeah.
Just say anything. When you start breaking down, you know, like when you was in school or you was in college, as Master said, show your working out. When you start showing the working out, you see how much it makes sense. Because anyone can throw out sentences and say, yeah, we can score goals.
I was always gonna be fucked up when that happened because I just hit off the next brother and I couldn't even tell you what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got like the first part bit, and then I got a point in the middle of that, and then that was it.
Tapped it twice for this answer type shit, like.
Yeah. He won't just say that, man. Man won't say he messed up. You know what I'm saying?
This is not even me like taking shots or anything. I genuinely just want to know, after watching last year, what is it that drastically changes that our front seven get like 80 goals, 70 goals? That's all I want to know. Because we still have Ten Hag. We still have a lot of the same players who are still here. So how do we get to that? That's all I want to know.
The only thing that could honestly change.
This was not the whole team. This was not the whole team. This was the front seven. We're getting 78.
Yeah. The only thing that could add to this is rotation. That's his only out. Like if they rotate, and again, we saw last game they can create chances. I'm gonna be the one to throw Brother Z a lifeline. They rotate, they convert the chances, the type of chances they were getting against Liverpool the other night. You can get close to that. That's the only saving grace you have for your prediction. Other than that, it's just players these guys have.
Oh, he's back. There we go.
It's just not realistic for me for these types of players for like us to think that they're going to be converting 10 here, 15 here, 10 here, 15. No, like we'll be lucky to have 2 attackers get double-digit goals this Premier League campaign, and then everybody else chips in the way they can. If I had to bank on which 2, I would honestly say that Rashford, and then I think people really are sleeping on Ahmad and his goal scoring capabilities. Like from what I've seen, the way he strikes the ball, I can see him being a double-digit scorer in the Premier League. I can see him doing
if he gets game time. If he gets game time,
yeah.
If he gets game time, I hear that.
I actually think he'll be our best player this season.
He can't be this like. I think Ten Hag is dumb as hell, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit in not playing and like just switching it all the way up from this preseason. Like Højlund is injured, so you have to play Rashford through the middle because Xerxes not ready yet. Off the right, you've seen Ahmad do his thing, so you can't move him. And then Sancho's been the other consistent player. So if he starts out that way, we might have something. But if he goes back to that 4x100 meter relay team that he puts up front, I swear to God, he's cooked. Brother, he's cooked.
No, he's cooked. If he starts the season different, he's cooked for me because he's got Ahmad doing all the talking in the press conferences. He's got Anthony coming on with the B team and that, bro. This clearly should be the blueprint of how we're moving forward. Like, Anthony.
Well, we about to do bits, man. Because our front seven getting 78 league goals, man. I got a dip anyway.
I'm looking forward.
What you mean? Our front, hey, that's what I've been hearing. He's not the first person who's told me that. So we move.
Yeah,
but anyways, we're gonna close out. I'm heading on to Ranty's channel now, people. So with the redirect's gonna send you there. Make sure you subscribe to all the ManDem. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Big up to Steve for the super chat. And big up to Nero, who's been a member of the channel for 13 months. Says, don't forget Dr. Robotnik in the dugout. Hey, we can't forget that. But hey, we're getting 78 league goals from our front seven. But anyways, we're closing out. Love to everyone that's locked in. It's been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Salute. Yeah.